Hello and welcome to the In Focus series section of Drishti IAS. I am Aisha Singh and in today's video we will be talking about the disinformation law that has been recently passed in Turkey and why is it making headlines. And we'll also be seeing what is the status in India about the disinformation and the fake news. So let us first understand the timeline of the video. First we'll be looking at the news, then what is the disinformation law that has been passed by Turkey, and what is fake news, then what are the causes of spread of fake news and how to deal with the fake news, what are the remedies available for us to tackle this minac of fake news, then the way forward, and in the end a prelims MCQ and a mains practice question. This topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 2, that is transparency and accountability. See, this topic can be important from mains perspective as the topic of fake news has always been in news since last few years. So let's get started, and before starting let me just tell you that we are starting with the BPSC mains crash course and which will be available in the online mode. So all the people who are preparing for BPSC mains, that is 67th BPSC, can opt for this and we'll be starting from 4th of November. So you can go on this number and contact the Drishti IAS team. So let's get started and see the news, and the news has been taken from the Hindu and it says, what is Turkey's latest disinformation law? So we will not be knowing everything about the Turkey and its disinformation law. We will just be looking at what is disinformation law and then we will be switching over to what is the scenario in India at present, because it is about India that we have to know in detail. And about overall about fake news also we'll be knowing. Then what has happened is recently on October 14th, Turkey's parliament has adopted the much critiqued disinformation law. See, what is disinformation? The information which has not been provided to you in the right respect, or the information which is not correct, or the information which is fake, or the information which is fabricated. All this comes under disinformation, or this is what is which constitutes fake news. So recently Turkey's parliament has passed the disinformation law, and what the most criticized, or I would say the most highlighting factor of this law has been that it accords jail term of up to 3 years. Up to 3 years to social media users and journalists for spreading fake news or disinformation. This is the point which is highlight of this law, and the disinformation law in Turkey is now awaiting the final approval of the president. So now let us look at that what is disinformation law in Turkey which has been passed by the parliament. So this disinformation law comprises of 40 articles which will amend about 23 different laws, and of these 40 articles the most contentious and the most highlighted is Article 29. And what does Article 29 constitutes? That it designates an offense to publicly disseminate misleading information. See, misleading information. This misleading information or fake news or disinformation is something which is becoming a problem in today's time, and with so much of social media expansion, and people are also making social media more and more, I would say people are getting onto social media more and more, and there is so much of flooding of news that people are not sending right information. And there is also problem of awareness among people that they tend to believe in the fake news and also forward it many times. So this is what is becoming a problem in our time, that the fake news is getting spread among the people very easily and very fast, at a very fast pace. So this misleading information, and many a times it can even lead to a lot of problem or a very dangerous situation where actually people have suffered a lot. And then it designates it an offense to publicly disseminate misleading information about Turkey or the country's internal and external security. It means the nation is not compromising on its security. Then public order and general well-being for the purpose of causing fear or panic among the people. So the country or the Turkey is not compromising on internal and external security, public order, general well-being. But now what has happened is this disinformation law which has been passed by Turkey's parliament, this has been criticized by the media and also by the press a lot, because this disinformation law will also put a scrutiny over the journalists and everyone else also, and this is also creating a question mark over the freedom of speech and expression. So it will be seen whether this will be passed by the president or not. So now let us come to the topic of fake news, and we will be discussing about it, that what is fake news. So in very simple words, what is fake news? That people like you and me, we keep on hearing this word fake news, which the WhatsApp, Facebook, Google, everyone is talking about the fake news. The Indian government is talking about the fake news and is trying its level best to control fake news. Or recently we have heard the news of that from wherever the fake news is generated, or the origin of the fake news will be getting punished, or this will not be allowed in our country. We keep on hearing all these things. So now let us just understand that at broad terms what it is. So what is fake news? In simple terms, they are news, stories or hoaxes which is created to deliberately. This is the important word. Deliberately, that intentionally people are doing it. Misinform or deceive readers. So this information is given to you on deliberate basis so that you can be misinformed, so that you can be deceived. So these are stories which are created to either influence people's views, so that you can be influenced by someone else's view which might not be right all the time. Then push a political agenda. This has many a times happened, that just to push a political agenda, many a times the misinformation is given to people so that people can believe in it. Then or cause confusion and can often be a profitable business for the online publishers. Many a times we have seen, I'll give you a very easy, I would say, example. You might have seen YouTube videos. Many a times you will find that the information given in it are not correct. That is why it is always advised to see credible and authentic channels only. So many a times the information which we see is wrong, and many a times, take example of WhatsApp also, many a times that the forwarded messages which comes is not correct, and people tend to believe it, and because there is lack of information in them. So these are not the credible sources from where you should get all your information, and these are the problems which we are also facing when it comes to fake news, because we are not aware about what to see and what not to see, what to believe and what not to believe. And especially with people like our, you would say, parents, like our mothers, many a times does not know which news to believe and which news does not believe, because many a times people of our known will be sending a message which is, I would say, is incorrect, or which is misleading, which is disinformation, which is fake news. So now let us move to what are the causes of spread of fake news. What are the causes? First is the erosion of media ethics. Now as more and more people are coming to social media, and the I would say intention is not good, so there is ethics is not good or ethics is not strong, then there is a problem. And when then the people are coming to the social media with the intention of earning quick money, so they tend to give information which is not right. And there is now also a clickbait system, that just to get more clicks and just to get more people will give a very lucrative or very wrong thumbnail or a text which is written on the top, and the video or the information inside that text does not confer the same. Then comes social media. Sheer vastness of the internet and the social media users makes tracing the origin of fake news almost impossible. Now that more and more people are coming on social media, So what happens is when information is shared, it passes on with a lightning speed. So tracing the information, tracing the origin becomes all the more problematic. Then the confirmation bias, this is where the awareness quotient comes, because people do not confirm things and they tend to believe everything whatever they are reading, because there is lack of credibility and people do not even look for the credible and authentic sources to read information. So they go and believe it and does not confirm it with other people. And there is lack of legislation also, because we do not have a proper legislation or a proper law regarding the fake news, but we are constantly working on it, and on daily basis we see an update regarding the fake news. So these are the causes of spread of fake news. First is erosion of media ethics, then social media, confirmation bias, and lack of legislation. The fourth one being a very, very important point. Then now let's come to that how to deal with fake news. What you can do to deal with the fake news. First and the foremost and the most important of all is educating the end users. This is where you can actually win over fake news. That is education. That is knowing what is right and what is wrong. That is knowing what to believe and what not to believe. That is knowing what to forward and what not to forward. That is knowing what to watch and what not to watch. This is where everyone can win over this situation of a problem called fake news. And this is becoming a very big problem. We are not realizing it, but in daily news you will be able to see in your daily life that so many times what you are hearing or what you are seeing or what you are listening is not right. Then comes the removal of fake news. This is problematic because this needs a lot of scrutiny, because the speed at which the social media works and the speed at which we are also forwarding the messages is what is creating problem. And knowing where the origin of the news has taken place or has took place becomes all the more problematic. That is where the problem of awareness comes. So if people will be aware, see, imagine there is 3 people and all of these 3 people are sending the wrong messages to 5 people. So the number of people will keep on spreading and those 5 people will keep on spreading forward. So if in between somewhere would be there who knew about the news that this news is wrong and is aware enough that knowing that this news is not right, so that person who's aware will stop this chain of sending the news forward. So if more and more aware people will increase, then this chain of spreading of fake news will itself will stop. Then comes the rebuttal, that it is a form of fact checking. Then people can also go and rebuttal about the fact which they are forwarding or which they are spreading or which they are trying to believe. So if they can do it, or they can search for the fact which they are listening, then also this problem of fake news can be handled. Now let's come to the remedies available to tackle this maniac of fake news. This is an important slide. I have not written everything because there are many, so I've written few of the important ones, and I think 3-4 are more than enough for you to know. Then first is the Press Council of India. That it is created by an act of parliament. It means if something is created by an act of parliament, then it is which body? It is statutory body. So Press Council of India is an statutory body and it keeps a vigil on fake news, and it can also warn, admonish and censor the newspaper or the news agency. So if some newspaper or the news agency is not giving you the correct information or is giving you disinformation, then it is the Press Council of India which will play its part or will come in between. And Press Council of India is a statutory body. Then comes the IPC, that is the Indian Penal Code Action 153A and 295. The action can be initiated against someone creating or spreading fake news. So someone who is creating and also someone who is spreading. Creation is deliberate, but many a times spread The spread of the fake news is what creates problem, because if people will stop spreading the fake news, then the creation of fake news will also not work, because it is the spread of the fake news which creates a problem. Then under IPC section 153A and 295, someone who creating or spreading fake news, if it can be termed as hate speech, then the section IPC section 153A and 295 plays its part. Then comes the Indian Broadcast Foundation, which is IBF. Then this body was created in 1999 to look into the complaint against content aired by 24/7 channels. So the news agencies and the channels which are going on 24/7, then the Indian Broadcast Foundation looks into their problem. Then comes the most important and something which always remains in news. It is the Information Technology Act, and under the Information Technology Act, it is the section 69A, and this section 69A is also something which you will be able to see in news almost on daily basis. So this becomes all the more important. It imposes an obligation on intermediaries such as search engine giant to remove any objectionable content pursuant to takedown notices by law enforcement agencies. So see, this section 69A talks about that if the intermediaries, what are the intermediaries? Intermediaries are the search engines. So who are the search engines? Search engines like Google or Yahoo. So these are the search engines. So under section 69A, these search engines can be asked to remove. So like for example, I'll give you, okay fine, for example you can say that the Indian government is not finding something to be right. So under section 69A, the government will ask Google to remove that content which they are not finding it right. So they can remove any objectionable content under section 69A. So that is why the Information Technology Act and the section 69A under the Information Technology Act becomes all the more important, because many a times we have seen that the intermediaries, and our government has asked the intermediaries to remove many a times many a information, so that all the things become fine. And I think recently only we have heard that the YouTube has removed many videos, and all those videos contained fake news or misinformation. So these kind of things always keep on coming. Now let us talk about the fake news cases on social media, the numbers of the fake news. Then West Bengal has the highest number of cases against fake news on social media in 2021. So the state in 2021 which stood on the first position regarding the fake news numbers is West Bengal. West Bengal reported 43 cases, with Kolkata alone recording the highest 28 cases, which is according to the NCRB report. And after West Bengal stands Telangana with 34 cases, and then Uttar Pradesh with 24 cases. And India overall reported 179 such cases of fake news. And in India, the first number is taken by which state? It is West Bengal, followed by Telangana, followed by Uttar Pradesh. So West Bengal accounted for 24% of the fake cases. So it means something is going wrong in West Bengal, and the things need to get in control. So this was about the fake news. And see, the topic of fake news will be very helpful from the mains perspective and also from essay part also. And you can also take it from ethics paper 4, because mains paper writing is what you can actually get a question on this point. Now let us talk about the way forward. First is the bring out policy or legislation which can actually tell people that if a person will be caught spreading the fake news, then this is what the punishment would be. Punishment will help people, and punishment will also help and will give people the direction that they do not have to do this, because there will be danger always in their mind that if they will commit it and if they will be caught, then there will be punishment for them. Then regulatory mechanism, that is something which is very important, that keeping a vigil on what is going on in the social media. Then the awareness most important part of all. Awareness is the most important thing that anyone can do, and awareness is not knowing everything. Awareness is knowing what you should be able to do to stop something. Then the authentic news. Then people should be able to know that what are the authentic and what are the credible sources that they should be reading or they should be viewing. They should not be believing or they should not be viewing everything whichever is flooded to them through the social media. Now let's come to the prelims MCQ, and you people need to tell me the answer in the comment section. And the question says, recently in news, the disinformation law has been introduced by which country? Turkey, Egypt, Spain and Italy. Now last section, which is the main practice question, and it is a 10-marker question, and it says, fake news affects free speech and informs choices of citizens of the country, leading to the hijacking of democracy. And the command given here is comment. So you have to comment on this statement. This is a tricky one, and you people can do your answer writing practice. I've given you a easy prelims but a good mains practice question. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading and keep writing.